Welcome to the 366th episode of the Videogames podcast, where we talk about any game at all, including new stuff, old stuff, and anything in between. If we are playing it, we'll be talking about it. Today, we are recording on December 10th, 2023. My name is Brad Galloway. I am the editor of GameCritics.com, and I'm also 50% of this here show. With me is the man who's doubling up on the undead, Carlos Rodella.
I'm a zombie and I'm up early podcasting.
Yeah, I was going to say, are you zombie-like because we are recording super early, or is there another reason?
There's another reason.
So maybe you're tripling up on the undead, maybe.
I know. There's definitely undead in this episode. Let's just say that.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we will get to that. Absolutely, for sure. Before we get to the main episode, how you doing, sir?
I'm okay. Yeah, it's always weird. Again, these are behind the curtain, behind the scenes things where we record at different times, sometimes in the evening, and it's a different vibe, sometimes earlier, like today. It's a different vibe. The sun's out. What's going on?
Yeah.
And so, I'm just kind of like readjusting.
Same. We keep our listeners guessing, right? They never know if they're going to get like the perky recording or the tired recording or the grouchy recording or the whatever's going on. Like, we have many different flavors.
Yeah. The Brad is mad about something and won't let it go recording.
That's every podcast.
Well, yeah, but if anybody, for our, passionate and avid listeners, last episode, we definitely had a moment.
I'm full of passion, especially about things that I do care about. So you're entirely correct about that.
Yeah.
In case anybody didn't catch my rant of how CD Projekt Red fucked up the ending to Cyberpunk 2077, which they really did, you can catch that last episode in 365. Wow.
Yeah.
I shortchanged ourselves by a whole 100 episodes there. My bad.
Well, also 365, that's such a interesting number, like, days in a year.
Yeah.
And I think that'd be fun, though, too, at the beginning of some of the shows to, like, harken back to other episodes, because people miss, episodes. So
yeah, it's
hey, if you
true.
didn't hear this thing, this happened on this episode or something.
Yeah, very possible. And since next year we are going to be doing some backlog stuff, maybe we will have reason to dive back into older episodes. I could easily imagine where one of us is bringing a game to the show, and then we'll be like, oh wait, but we first talked about this way back in episode
right
172 or something like that.
Yeah.
So you never know. All right, folks, we got lots to cover. Big show today, as per usual. And starting things off, everyone knows that Carlos and I share a virtual living space divided down the middle. Pardon me while I stretch, sorry. With a strip of duct tape. His side, my side, things are a mess, and we're going to tidy up right here and right now. Housekeeping. Carlos, I've actually got a pretty substantial amount of stuff on my side. What's your side looking like this week?
Yeah, it's still messy. Last week we said we weren't going to get through all of it. We didn't. There's more added to it. And there's the hugest box in the room, which is the Game Awards happened.
Oh, man. Yeah, that one was addressed specifically to you because when the Game Awards came down and when it was on, I was so busy, dude. I had 9 things going on, real life stuff. I had some backlog stuff to do. I had some like paperwork and everything. I just had literally like no time. The thought of sitting down to watch something for 3 hours is like, not even in my vocabulary. So I heard little bits and bobs because it's like impossible to avoid it. I heard a lot of people upset about it. A lot of people thinking Jeff Keighley's not doing a great job, especially this year. But I am very much looking forward to hearing your take, sir. Tell us all about it.
Well, I'm not going to tell you all about it because it would take too long, and we have a whole show to do. But I will say this, a couple of like highlights. I definitely didn't go through the whole thing and make notes of all the different trailers I saw that were awesome. I didn't do that because there's just too many. And that show went long. I mean, it was like
how long was it? 3 hours, 4 hours?
3+, like maybe 3.5 or something, like insane. And I just think that, top level, that show could be, short and sweet. Like a nice 2-hour show would be great.
Yeah.
So I don't think it needs to be that. But maybe like next episode, I'll go through some of the things I saw that were awesome. Because I did see a ton of stuff I really liked, because that's what it does, world premieres, etc.
Yeah.
And the one thing that just comes to note that I think that we would probably both be interested in is they definitely had Hideo Kojima come out, of course, because him and Jeff are friends.
Yeah.
But then they introduced Jordan Peele and said they're both working on a horror experience. And they showed the graphics, which is just like straight up motion capture. So it looks like video essentially. So like a FMV game, but horror.
Yeah.
And they also came out of a door when they were there in person that looked like the door from PT. So, and it's called like OD or something. It's like two different.
That's very Kojima.
Yeah,
To
and
call
so
back to that, I'm not surprised.
anyways, I was just like, both of us love PT, and just I would like to see a different kind of game from him after Death Stranding and stuff. So that was cool.
Yeah.
Anyways, a ton of other things happen there, like when it comes to performances and which I always like. I actually like the part of the Game Awards, which is it's not just about world premieres; it's about experiences. Like this band from Hellblade, Senua, like played, which is like this Nordic, tribal drums and stuff, and some really great music performances and some cool world premieres or whatever. So that's all good. I'm still fine with it. I'm never going to be mad at that because again, I like games and I want to know about new games.
Yeah.
And I think that anybody trying to, showcase them and bring music and different experiences, I'm fine. And so the things that people were mad about, obviously, one is, celebrities again. I don't need them. We don't need them in there. Just stop it.
Yeah, I heard about that.
But I'm going to go back and forth a lot. I'll defend the Jeff and stuff because Matthew McConaughey comes out and people are like, oh, geez. But he voiced a character in a new game that's coming out. So that's fine. Like, I don't care that he's there. Like, that'll sell them ad dollars to make the show. And he's actually in the game. And then they show the game and it looks amazing. It's a Mass Effect game.
Yeah. Well, the thing that I heard is the celebrities, that's kind of like the perennial complaint. So I wasn't surprised to hear that. But again, I have not seen the show. I'm only going off of what people were talking about in my Twitter circles and the Blue Sky circles and stuff. But the biggest pain point for people was that apparently they were really scared that people were going to go off script this year because of the genocide that's happening in Palestine right now. That's a real thing that's happening. And also America's lack of action on the environment and not really stopping Donald Trump's fascism. There's a lot of shit going down that's like really bad news. And
well hold on. And also just people rushing the stage.
Yeah, too.
And also, what's his name? The God of War guy's long speech.
Well, right. But I mean to say that they were, the word is that Keeley was afraid somebody was going to mention any one of those many things and that he didn't want to have that, taint the show. So he kept everybody really short. And a lot of developers were mad because a lot of them got very, very, very little time to talk. Like most of them had like 30 seconds or a minute from what I'm hearing, and they didn't have time to properly thank their teams. He wanted them to get on, grab the award, and go before anybody had a chance to say anything political at all, which is really fucking cowardly if that ends up being true.
Okay, well, can I put an asterisk on that? Because I 100% was going to bring up that no one had enough time to say anything.
Well, there you go.
But is it that, or is it just that he wanted a quick show, and also he was worried about the security? I mean, it could be all those things, but the point is he had a 3.5-hour show. There's no way you can have that many. I don't know. I just feel like I agree that they should have had a longer time. Like it's insane.
I'm just saying what people were mad about. So I can't say myself I didn't see it, but that was the common theme was like, if you're going to give awards to developers, let them talk for more than 5 fucking seconds.
Yes. Okay.
And yeah. So specifically, people were extra mad about the Kojima thing you mentioned because he got a lot of time to talk and like way more than most developers did, and people were pretty salty about that. So
yeah, I mean, again, we don't know, and we can only speculate why or whatever. There was short time,
sure.
But I agree that it sucks because like I was going to bring up like the indie game year of the award. Oh my goodness, I can't speak. That's what happens at 10 a.m.
That's Year of the Award is a pretty good name for the show.
Year of the Award. Okay, fine. I would come up with a podcast title. The indie game of the year just got a mention. Like an aside.
The winner?
Yeah. And so
fuck.
No one got to go up on stage. It was just
see, that's bullshit. Dude.
That
that's
is bullshit. Yeah. And like Jeff was just like on the corner going like, and here are the awards for this,
Yeah.
So that's crappy. And so I agree on all that. I do know that he was freaked out about security. That is definitely something. And so maybe keeping it short was part of that. But I
guess. But there's any number of muscular people you can hire to do security.
I know.
For you. There's a million. I see them on Instagram all the time. Workout videos. You can get people to do security. That's not.
I know.
Get some drones. Who knows?
Yeah. Overall, and then the other criticism was that they didn't. I don't know about this one, but they didn't bring up the fact that all these layoffs are happening, and
I heard that
talk
too.
About the industry.
Yeah.
But I really don't think that's the place for it. I know it's a huge area where people are watching, and sometimes you do want to use that platform or whatever.
Yeah, you have to, man. You got all those eyeballs watching
So
you.
I don't mind like a mention about it at the beginning or something and be like, this is really fucking fucked up and frustrating. And then just do the show, not like bring it up through the whole show.
Well, I mean, I guess that's another reason why he didn't want people to talk. Because, I mean, how crazy is it that we're sitting here, this giant celebration, 3.5 hours, celebrating video games, which is bringing so much light and love to the world. Everybody loves it. But then the people who are making the video games are getting completely shit on. And, like, they're getting laid off a week before Christmas and shit. Like, that's pretty fucking dirty and ironic. So I feel like I can understand why people would have wanted to bring that up for sure.
Yeah. So it's a kind of double-edged sword for sure. Like, I still want it to happen, and I still enjoy having an experience about games and seeing new games. And so,
yeah, I mean, same. I mean, I think the feedback for me anyway, based on my not even watching the show, observations from the sidelines, is Keeley doesn't seem to have found that middle ground to make people happy yet. And I get that you're never going to make everybody happy all the time, but I think he was a little bit further afield this year.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I did write down, though, Spider-Man 2 nominated for 7 awards, didn't win any.
Oh, really? Not even one? I'm surprised.
Interesting.
I'll have to look. I don't even know who won. I should look it up. Not like I really care, but I am a little bit curious, I guess. So maybe I do care.
Oh, and also Cocoon won for the indie game. And we both were like, really? I was like,
yeah.
Huh?
That was pretty hot and cold to folks this year. I knew a lot of people who bounced off that one, although a lot of people loved it too. But I bounced off for sure.
Oh, and my last note was, and these are none of these notes are about games, which I saw a ton of really cool ones. Mainly that sci-fi one was called Exodus, by the way. Mm-hmm. Fallout TV show they showed more of, and some of the guys were there from the show.
Yeah.
So that just got me re-excited about that. So that's cool.
Sure.
Anywho, Game Awards happened. They should change some things. It's never going to be perfect, but they definitely should have fixed the speeches.
Yeah.
Time.
There we go.
All right, moving on. What else do I have here? PlayStation Access Controller came out. We always talked about that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's finally out. Okay, right. I forgot about that.
So I just wanted to let people know there's reviews up on YouTube. So I just know that we mentioned it, and I want to bring that back.
Yeah, that's the controller for people with disabilities. It's the alternative controller. It looks like a circle.
Yeah.
And you can program it. It's got different buttons. Kind of the equivalent to the Microsoft. What is their thing called?
Yeah, I don't know.
The Microsoft Accessible Controller.
Yeah.
I forget the name of it. But yeah, so now you got one for Xbox. Now you got one for PlayStation. I have not laid hands on either yet, so I'm looking forward to seeing what people have to say.
Yeah. Huge news, obviously. And I say obviously because, I mean, come on. Fortnite. Everybody knows Fortnite.
I was going to bring this up too.
Okay, well, we'll talk about it now. Big Bang happened, which is this huge experience in the game where it creates these new worlds.
I was so mad. I got locked out of it, dude. I was in the queue and something glitched, and I was in the queue for like 40 minutes beforehand. And then once it started, it was like, push X to enter the queue. And I'm like, bitch, I'm in the queue. What the I totally got locked out. My son got in, but I didn't get in. So that was sucked.
Did you like look over his shoulder?
I looked over his shoulder the whole time. And I didn't miss that much because honestly, I think the event was kind of boring. But I was still mad about it.
Yeah, that makes sense, though. You would get glitched out of something.
Mm-hmm.
It's Brad.
Believe it.
Brad energy. So what this means is there's going to be they're already out
is.
now? Yeah,
they're out. Yeah.
So there's a Lego world, which is a survival as well as like a battle, but it's more of a Minecraft. What's that Minecraft game?
Minecrafty with Lego theming.
Yeah, and then killing monsters and resources and building and stuff.
Yep.
And I did jump into it. And then there's the racer one, so the people who made Rocket League.
Yep.
And then a music one, which is from Harmonix, which is cool.
Yes. Which is just like Rock Band.
Yeah.
My son was playing it 1 minute before I started recording here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was watching over his shoulder again.
So you're enjoying it. I have one thing to say, which is I jumped into the Lego one, had fun. The first thing I did, of course, because I'm a weirdo, is I killed a chicken just to see if I could. Yeah. And you can, and get meat from it.
Sure.
And then I started building, and I saw like 2 paths in my life appear. One,
oh, wow. Sounds like we're getting philosophical here.
Yeah. I saw one where I lost my life to this because it's like, oh, I could just build and grow and fight monsters. And, it's this like endless thing. And then I was like, oh, yeah, but I don't care that much, and I don't want to get addicted to it, and I'm out. So I just left.
Probably the wise choice.
Yeah, I feel like it's really good, and what they're doing is interesting, and how they made a different take on it, and it's also not the same kind of, Fortnite Battle Royale game.
Yeah.
So I like what they did, but I don't think I want to. I think it's like you're either all in or you're not with that kind of game.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't. I am a dabbler in Fortnite, and that was before they brought all this extra content in. Just dipping in a little bit. If there's a cool skin, I would play a little bit more just to get the skin or something. But I haven't been like hardcore Fortnite for a while. But I gotta say, this is fucking a genius move, like genius level move, dude. And like only somebody like Fortnite could have done this because they're the biggest. And I've often thought, like, Fortnite is Fortnite, and Fortnite is great, and it's probably always going to be there. But like, after a while, you do get tired of shooting people, and you kind of want to do something else. And I was wondering what they were going to do to maintain their supremacy, and this is it. They are no longer just Fortnite; they are also Minecrafty Lego. Lego is one of the biggest fucking brands in the world, right?
Yeah.
They are also doing Rock Band. People love Rock Band, and I've heard that you can use the Rock Band instruments. I think starting next month, they're going to patch that in. So if you've still got those, and I have to imagine they're going to re-release some too. I mean, Fortnite is like one of the biggest games on earth. And with this mode, as my son was playing with the controller, he's like, "Oh my god, this is so tough with the controller." I'm like, "Well, the guitar is coming, so hang tight." So I'm sure there's going to be those coming back. Everybody's going to have plastic instruments.
They
again.
can brand it Fortnite guitar.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then the racing stuff. I mean, people like racing and Rocket League. Can you imagine the goddamn fucking payday that must have been for the Rocket League dudes? I mean, I know they were already doing pretty well with Rocket League. It's a success for sure. After many, 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 many years of failure, because I remember them from back in the day, thinking that game was never going to take off. Boy, was I wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But can you imagine Fortnite coming to you and be like, "Yo, bro, let's team up"? They'd be like, I mean, cha-ching.
Yeah. It's
What?
crazy.
That must have been a big day for Champagne in their offices, I have to imagine. So anyway, talk about brilliant, dude, because even if you are getting kind of tired of shooting folks, you've got all this other shit that people love to do all in one place. Your friends are going to be there. There's like voice chat already integrated. There's already creator enabled stuff. For you should probably make some shit for this instead of just playing it. But like, like we're talking about with Roblox last week as creator, making some bank by creating assets or games or whatever. This is another venue for you. But boy, talk about power player like flex, dude. I'm so impressed.
It's crazy what people already built in it too. In the Lego one, like there's already like insane things being built.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like I said, I have lots of games to play to sound like you, and lots of things to do. I'm busy. I just feel like that thing is like, yeah, it's almost similar to like why I actually left Fortnite. I mean, I was definitely bored of shooting too, but if you stay in that game and like you keep doing things and unlocking things, then you get better and better, and it's kind of like this cycle. And if you leave and you come back to it, you're like, oh, I'm bad now.
Yeah, that's me. I left for like one season. I came back. I'm like, oh, my hands don't work in this game anymore. What am I doing?
Right. And so I feel like that's the Lego world. It's like, because the building's back, right? So it's like and I've always been bad at that. But if I just lost myself in there, I probably would like build a ton of things and, but I'm not going to do it. I think it's great for younger people or people who have a lot of time. It's a lot of time. All right. Well, moving on. Do you have other boxes? I have maybe 2.
I've got 3, but you can go ahead. Just finish off yours.
Just finishing off with like the new games, like after the Game Awards or during the Game Awards, they're like the new shooter game, like an Apex Legend game, Finals is out. The Finals, and it just it's one of those things where it dropped now. Go play it.
Oh, I heard something about this. Yeah,
and it's free. It's free to play like Apex or something and Valorant. And so I just jumped in for fun because I always try to find one that I can get into early. You know what I mean? Those kind of games that
are
as
good as everyone else.
Yes, exactly. And of course, I died in seconds. Like, I mean, I did the tutorial. I understood some of the stuff. Both of us always have to say this with an asterisk. We're older, but we still can fucking shoot.
Yeah.
We're good at shooters. And I was like, headshotting some of the dummies in the practice area. I was fine. Got into the real world. There's like all these rules. Like pick up the thing and bring it over here, and all this kind of like. Yeah, like capture the flag kind of rules or whatever. And I don't understand all of them, and everybody understands everything already.
Yeah.
The game just came out. And so I just kept eating shit, and I was like, well, I'm leaving. Like, fucking rage quit.
Yeah.
Bye.
It's just the online competitive shooter thing is just its own subgenre, and I like kind of like you were saying with the Fortnite stuff. It's like you buy in a while ago and you just get good and stay good, or I don't know. I mean, you might as well not even.
Well, can I put an asterisk there? That's really what I'm. You saying that helped me figure out what I really wanted to say about this.
Okay.
And why I brought it is because, and this is just a impassioned plea to developers. If you remember old school PUBG, which I think a lot of us miss, who enjoyed it, it's what it is. It isn't what you said, which is like you just had to be in from the very beginning and have all these
And
skills
stay
or whatever
good,
and
yeah.
stay good. It's actually the game like worlds they build. So like the finals was too busy, and that's why I like ate shit. I was actually pretty good at shooting, but it didn't matter because there were shields going up. There was other things happening. I was falling off ledges. There's just too much. In some early PUBG, which I enjoyed a lot and was probably pretty good at, I think. You could pick up a frying pan and just like go around. There wasn't much happening, and then you find and sneak up on a guy and hit him, with a frying pan. Or like, it's still a shooter, but it was sparse and like you had to like go for a while and then something happened. I think it's just how they build the worlds. So I feel like I just would love for someone to build a first-person like Valorant Apex game where it's not immediately you're into the madness, Because that's where I feel like it's not as fun to me, and it doesn't even matter about my skills because my skills are out the door when like 8 things are happening to me. I just got debuffed, an explosion happened, right? And someone ziplined in front of my face. Like I might sound like an old man, but I just think that it's more about like the world that you're creating, the game.
Sure.
And that just seems like there's so many of these games that are busy. And I want a less busy version of this. Does that make sense?
That definitely sounds like Grandpa Carlos talking.
It
'cause
shouldn't.
I think
It
we're both
shouldn't,
getting
though.
old. I mean, I hear what you're saying for
PUBG
sure.
was huge. PUBG was huge, and there wasn't busyness.
I mean, I don't know if you've seen PUBG lately, but like it's still
different
around.
now.
It's different now. So
I
I think,
know.
I mean, I agree with you. I'm not up for the really fast and frenetic stuff. I mean, I never have been. That's never been my flavor, but especially now. And I think it depends on the experience you want, right? So maybe you want something that's not particularly a shooter. There's some online stuff. There's some melee kind of focused stuff. There's some stuff where you also do some base building. Maybe that's more your style. But I think developers are very scared of having that downtime in the beginning of any match like that, where not a lot is going on and people's attention kind of wanders and they're like, oh, this isn't exciting from the very first second. And I think they're just trying to develop to get past that, to get people into the action right away. But then that contributes to a whole different kind of experience that I think maybe you and I are not a fan of, although, maybe that's definitely other people's jams. I see people who are into that stuff and it looks like they are navigating the Matrix or some shit where they're like moving so fast and like 92 things are happening. And if you can do that, more power to them. I mean, that's never been my style. Definitely not now. So maybe we just need to find a different game,
Yeah, but what is that game? That's what I'm saying. Like,
I don't know.
just feel
It's on Steam somewhere.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna go back and look. That's actually like a good like kick in the pants to go look tonight because I want to find it. I really do.
I'm sure there's something out that well, that didn't make sense.
Hey,
I'm
it's
sure there
morning.
is something like that out there. Holy cow! Yikes! Apologies, folks. But yeah, I mean, my advice: go to Steam, go to all games, start at A, and then just work your way down.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do that after this show.
I'll see you in 9 years.
I know, right? That's it for now. There's too many boxes. I'm just gonna leave the rest of them till next week.
Oh, you sure?
Yeah, there's too many. There's too many.
All right.
I'm too tired.
Okay. Yeah, it is pretty fucking early. Okay, so let me get some of my stuff here. So circling back to the Lamplighters League, which I've been talking about off and on.
Oh my
again
goodness,
for the last
every
month or so.
episode now.
Just about, but they just dropped a new patch, right? So
Okay.
they dropped a brand new patch. They're like, hey, we know we said we're going to fix it before. We didn't fix it before. We know we said we're going to fix it again. We didn't fix it again. We think we've got it this time. I feel so bad for Harebrained Schemes, the developer, because this game is so fucking choice, dude. It's so good, but they just completely stumble fucked the console versions, like so bad. They made so many bad mistakes. Again, I think it's because they didn't realize how much memory was being allotted to certain things on Xbox as opposed to PC. Whoever's job that was really dropped the ball on that, and it really just like it kind of killed the game from the get-go. They've also had publisher issues and et cetera, et cetera. But regardless, game itself, when it works, fucking best strategy game I've played in years. I love it. I still love it, even though it's really busted. But brand new patch just came out, I want to say less than a week ago. I've been playing. I went back to it. That's what convinced me to go back to it. It is more stable so far. Definitely have had 0 crashes, which is great because it was crashing every 5 minutes before. So crashes are better. I don't know how it handles memory in the late game. I've heard people who are in the final levels where they really throw a bunch of shit at you still struggling. So I don't know that they've 100% ironed it out, but it has brought me back, and that game is still fucking brilliant, and I love it. And along with the patch, they released a brand new free DLC character as a way of saying sorry for all the bullshit. So you can if you have the game, whether it's on Xbox Game Pass or if you bought it or whatever, you can get this new, I think his name is Greystoke or something like that. He's this kind of like braggy English guy with a light machine gun. Interesting mechanics. He's got new mechanics that nobody else has, so it's pretty fun. But you can get the DLC character as their way of saying sorry, and this is a time to go back to it. That game is just fucking great. I wish more people would play it, although I totally understand why they don't, because it sucks to have your game crash every 5 seconds. So anyway, I'm back. It's good now, but we'll see if it's good all the way to the end. So fingers crossed.
All right. Check it out.
Check it out. Also, this is kind of a throwback to a billion years ago, Carlos. Carlos, do you remember a little game on, I want to say it's Xbox 360, called Doritos Crash Course? Did you ever play that?
I didn't, but I'll look it up. And I do remember it now, but I don't remember playing it.
Yeah, Doritos Crash Course, like Doritos the chips. I don't remember exactly the circumstances. It was some kind of promotion, obviously. But they put this game out, and I think it was for free. And you can play it on Xbox Live, and there's like a leaderboard.
I did play it.
You did play it, yeah. It made kind of some waves back then.
Yeah.
And my son like played it when he was like 3 or something like that, and for whatever reason, it like lodged in his brain, and he remembered it out of the blue, and he's like, I wonder if that's still available. Oh shit, still available! And so he downloaded it the other day,
nice.
And we were playing Doritos Crash Course. It was interesting because what this is, it's a 2D platformy like time trial game where you jump over obstacles, jump over platforms. It looks a lot like Wipeout, the video game, or Takeshi's Castle, and either of those, if anybody knows those games.
Yeah, like the American Ninja, is that one of them too?
Yeah, kind of like American Ninja, sort of like, less skill-based, but kind of just like running, jumping, avoiding these giant foam hammers and whatever, jumping on ropes and stuff. So you're just kind of doing that, and it's goofy. Physics are real loosey-goosey. I mean, obviously it's a promotional game, but there's some charm to it, right? Like there's some fun to be had there. And the really interesting part about this was he starts going into the courses, and he's like, Dad, I'm beating your times. I'm kicking the shit out of your times. I'm like, really? Huh, interesting. So I go to look. He's like, look at this. Your fucking time was like 5 minutes. And I'm watching him play, and I'm like, there's no way my time was 5 minutes on this. I'm like, oh, you know what this is? This was actually your time when you were 3 because you didn't have your own account, and you were using my account. So the time trials that you are beating are your own.
Oh my
from
gosh, that's
like
funny.
8 years ago. He's like, oh shit. So I'm like, look how much you've improved. This course took you 5 minutes and 30 seconds when you were 3 or 4. And now that you were 14, it took you like 90 seconds or something like that.
Wow,
so
that's funny.
Kind of a weird kind of inadvertent time travel trip that gives you a little insight into the parenting process and how someone's skills can grow over time. So anyway,
cool.
Interesting stuff. I shed a little bit of a tear as I had my little boy's growing up.
He's growing up.
Yeah, but Doritos Crash Course, it's still free, still fun. Give it a shot if you have not checked it out yet.
Download it. It's free.
Download it. Yeah, it's free. Heads up that Vampire Survivors, just like an actual vampire, the game that would not die, is getting some new DLC, and this time it is a branded DLC. They are teaming up with Among Us, the multiplayer, accusatory who's the murderer type game where you, Among Us, it's like, what do they call the bad guys in that game? The strangers or the pretenders or something like that?
I forget.
The imposters, maybe? Whatever.
Imposter, that's exactly,
imposters.
Yeah.
So they're getting some special like story-based missions, new characters, new sprites, Vampire Survivors plus Among Us. Looks pretty interesting. Most of the Vampire Survivors DLC has been pretty cheap, $1 or $2. I think this is their most expensive DLC, $2.50, which is still not really anything to get mad about. Coming out on December 18th, so about a little bit more than a week from today to check that out, and I will definitely check that out. I still enjoy me some Vampire Survivors. Are you still playing that, Carlos, every once in a while?
I'm not still playing it every once in a while. No, that whole genre, I just played it to death, and I'm kind of tired of it. So, okay. But it's really cool. That's a cool matchup. I mean, both those games are huge. Yeah. So.
Well, they're doing story stuff. They're doing campaign stuff. They've changed up the gameplay a little bit. And honestly, just going back to it for like 20 minutes once in a while, it's just like a nice little, what's up. You don't have to think too hard about it. You know exactly what to do. Just when you need a little hit of something and you don't want to like learn some lore, or you don't want to learn any new controls or anything. It's nice to have it around,
Yeah. There's a few games that I have like that.
Yeah. All right, so that's all the announcements I have. Although I do want to give one. Well, I mean, not one more. We're going to probably do a couple more plugs. But again, the weekly plug, because Game of the Year show is coming up soon. It's going to be here before you know it. So anybody listening, please send us your top 3 games of 2023 and your one biggest disappointment. You can email us. We'll give you the email address at the end of the show. You can, hit us up in the Discord if you join the Patreon, and you can send us a message there. You can hit us up on Twitter, Blue Sky, go to Carlos's website, whatever. There's multiple ways to get a hold of us, but we want to know We want to hear what are your top 3 of 2023 and your one biggest disappointment.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, just because you mentioned it, I am like kind of secretly back on Twitter. I deleted my account, but I'm on for just like meeting up with different content creators. So if you want to hit me up there, you can.
You changed your name though, didn't you?
I did. So I was just gonna tell people it's just I just like leaned into Elon's bullshit and I just called myself Carlos Rodella X.
Oh, Carlos Rodella X.
Which I know you hate. Probably.
It's stupid. Speaking of stupid, just for like a very brief.
See, I'm in on the joke. I'm joking.
No,
I'm like,
I don't think it's a joke for him. I
no,
think
I'm
he's
in
literally
on my joke.
Yeah, I get
like
your
silly.
joke. Yeah, your joke is funny, but he's just stupid. He's like mentally 14 because he thinks X is the coolest letter ever, and everything is supposed to be X. Speaking of which, I don't know if you noticed this. There's a new feature on Twitter called Grok, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here, dude. He is such a moron.
Oh, it's his AI thing.
Fuck,
right?
What the fuck? Fuck. I don't even know.
I
didn't even bother. Because fuck Elon Musk. What a fucking moron. Anyway.
All right, I'm sorry I brought it
Anyway.
up. Hey, because you were saying like top 10 or something in Game Awards, I don't know, we mentioned. I just thought I'd mention really quickly, right before this podcast, I was thinking about when I was the age of some of, early gamers nowadays, what was I playing? What were we playing? Because we're about the same age.
Okay.
And I looked at 1992 because that's how old I am. And that was when I was in high school.
I was still in high school also.
Okay. And I looked at the top games for that year just to see.
When did you graduate? What year did you graduate?
92.
I graduated in 93.
Cool. Were you, I was 17. Were you 17?
I was. I graduated a year early.
Yeah, so did I. Interesting. So in 92, we were both playing these games. These are like the biggest games in 92. I just looked them up for fun.
What do you got?
Okay. Contra 3, Alien Wars.
Oh, yeah.
Because Contra was like huge, and this was like the best graphics version of it.
Oh, yeah, dude. That was a killer game, man. Yeah.
Killer.
Sure.
Sonic 2, killer.
Sure.
These are all killer games. Streets of Rage 2, back then beat 'em ups were pretty big, so that was
still
cool.
hot. Still hot back then. Yep.
Link to the Past, huge.
Of course.
Super Mario Kart came out then.
Oh, wow. The very first
The
Super Mario Kart.
beginning of fucking Mario Kart.
Oh, yeah. That was madness. Yeah.
There's a through line here of like almost all the genres that exist today or coming out of this moment. See what I'm saying? Like,
I feel like we need to take some credit for that.
I think so too, even though we didn't make any of the games. Wolfenstein 3D.
Oh, sure. Wolfenstein. I remember
Right?
that. Yeah.
Your
When
first...
that was madness. Yeah.
And the shooter kind of, obviously Doom and then that.
Yep.
And then these are games that both of us maybe... This is where we began hating these games.
Oh, okay. All
but
right.
the Indiana Jones point-and-click game was huge.
Okay.
And Alone in the Dark, both those came out at that time, and they were like these massive point-and-click games.
Yep.
But I hated them, even then. I was like mad at the idea of like not knowing what to do.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was just the one list I looked at.
I'm sure there's more than that. It would be interesting to do a show like, Carlos Rodella, this is your life. And then we look back at the games you played like in those days back
I
then
think that's what this the beginning of, you know. Listeners, would you like that? It's probably going to happen.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Cool.
Let's get on to
Before we end housekeeping, I do want to give a big thanks to our new Patreon subscribers.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm going to name them.
No, thank you. That's it. And next.
No, we're going to thank them. Thank you very much to Mr. R. And also thanks very much to Ray Bosley. Really, really appreciate them both. So excellent to have them aboard. If anybody out there would like to join the Patreon, again, just really quickly, there's no paywall. You're not going to lose access to any shows or anything like that. The same show will come out just like it always does. But if you want to support the show, help us with the cost of hosting and all the other costs that are associated with it, that would be great. You can hit us up at patreon.com/the So Video Games Podcast. And if you contribute at the $5 level, you will get access to our subscribers only Discord, where you can chat with me and Carlos and everybody else who is in the channel there. Nice group of folks. Everybody there is top quality. So if you would like to contribute, there you go. Don't have to. Don't feel any pressure, but thank you very much if you do. So there we go.
Check it out. And thank you very much.
All right. So that is it for housekeeping. I say let's push on to the main portion of the show. Carlos, are you ready?
Yeah, and I'm ready to match up with everybody else who just skipped ahead to this point.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Now, by the way, give us a message and let us know if you listen to the housekeeping, because that'd be great. I just would like to see what those percentages are.
I bet everybody does. Don't
really?
You think? I don't know.
No.
So here's the thing. Quick tangent. So here's my thing. I don't mind housekeeping because we usually keep it all related to game stuff, right? So if it's
true,
game related,
it's true, yeah.
I feel like that's okay. The thing that makes me bonkers about podcasts is when guys get on, they don't have an introduction or anything. It's like they assume you've been listening to the last 500 episodes, and they just talk about stuff that only they know about that doesn't have anything to do with anything. And they're just like, it's their warm up bitch session where they're like, oh yeah, meatloaf, right? And oh, that thing, you see that thing, and like, oh, WWE or whatever. And they talk for like an hour, but it's not related to games. Now I realize we just talked about housekeeping for like half an hour or whatever, but like every single thing we mentioned was in some way related to games, and so I feel like that's okay.
Yep.
But I guess, and we actually talked to people about this before. We put out questions to listeners. Do you like housekeeping? Do you not like it? And like almost everybody said keep it. So I think as long as we keep it to game related, that's fine. For me personally, I hate when it's just random dude bitching that has nothing to do with games. That gets my back up.
Agree. Tangent number 2 off your tangent.
Okay.
We do that. When I'm listening to other podcasts, almost just in general, skip whatever they're going to, like you said, talk about in the beginning.
Yeah.
I just want to hear like them talk about the game I'm interested in.
Right.
But if it was game stuff, and I can't tell, like you said, because lots of times it like might start that way, but then they go like, and then I was on a trip,
Yeah.
and I don't care anymore. So if that's the case, and I do it too, maybe we change the name of housekeeping to like, it still could be a house, or maybe it's a game store. I don't know. Like it could be like the game something, a word with game in it, and maybe people won't skip it.
Nah. I say nah. Okay,
That's
whatever.
A hard
let's have the audience. Let's have the audience respond, right? So, folks, if you're listening, if you do listen to housekeeping and you think we should change it to something else, let us know. If you don't listen to it, you probably are not listening to this now. So I guess your silence will be deafening because you will have already skipped this part. But I guess it's always good to circle back and see how we're doing. So if anybody has feelings on housekeeping, you like it, you love it, you hate it, you don't want it, you want it shorter, you want more, whatever, let us know what you think. And I guess if you skip ahead just to the games, you won't know to tell us that, but I guess maybe you'll just intuit it from the energy of the universe and let us know anyway.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Game cornucopia. Not the name.
No.
But you get what I'm saying.
Yes. I'm not calling it cornucopia, though. That's not
Game cornucopia. Hey, everybody,
Jesus.
welcome to Game Cornucopia. You know this segment where Carlos and I'm being you now.
He brings out this giant horn full of fruit.
Horn full of fruit and vegetables, but instead of fruit and stuff, it's games.
Oh, Jesus. No.
Is that the most wordy intro ever? Let's talk about games, and I'm going to shut up.
Let's talk about games. No, I need you to not shut up.
Oh, I mean, I'm going to shut up for a minute, unless I'm up first. I'm up first.
Main portion of the show as we stumblefuck our way through that part.
This is a morning podcast, people.
Morning podcast, yeah. So you added to the agenda Untitled Zombie Game, which I think must be the sequel to Untitled Goose Game. Am I right?
It is not. And they actually were at the Game Awards.
Making
Goose Game? A new game, yeah. The people who make Untitled Goose Game.
Oh, that's right. They were making some kind of multiplayer thing, which I immediately checked out of when I saw it was multiplayer. So,
okay. Well, it's. I don't think you would like it. It's like a Katamari Damacy / like group get together.
Yeah, but you need like friends. It's not a solo thing.
Yeah. I couldn't play it.
I'm out. Anyway,
me too.
Untitled Zombie Game. What is it?
Okay, I brought this up for 2 reasons. You're gonna like it. It's called Zomborg.
Zomborg. Okay.
And you don't know what that means, right?
I mean, zombie cyborg is what I assume.
Oh, it's not. I don't even know why it's called Zomborg, by the way. I think there are robots in it later. Yeah. Maybe that's why. Robots and zombies, that's why Zomborg. So I get it because this is a, what's it called? Foreshadowing for later in the show. I will be talking about The Day Before, which is fucking massive right now on the internet.
Which is a callback to our opening, which we said you were doubling down on the undead. So Zomborg and The Day Before.
Day Before, there you go. And so that game is a zombie game. So this is another game because I had played The Day Before and I was like, I want another zombie game of a different variety and a simple kind of top-down shooter. So it's one of those games where it's twin stick shooter, top-down / three-quarters view, little character on the screen, shooting zombies,
gotcha.
getting things, that's it.
When you teased this before the show, you were like, I'm not going to tell you because you'll probably guess. I thought you were going to bring to the show Undying, which just came out as well. So that was another zombie game. I don't know if you've seen that one.
I haven't seen that one.
That's the one where you play a mother who has been bitten by a zombie, but you haven't turned yet, and you need to get your child prepared for life without you before you die. Obviously, the uplifting, feel-good game of the year. I'm already crying just talking about it. But that one, I'll check. It's coming to console next year, so I'm going to put a pin in that until next year. Okay. But I thought that's what you were going to bring.
No. Okay. It was simple, and it's basically like and I do have to say it now because, the day before is, well, I won't spoil that, but it's just this huge thing, right? This epic
Right.
kind of game.
Yeah.
So I wanted like the simplest version of that, which is like just go shoot some zombies and have some fun. And
So just like a
beat
top-down
level.
shooter, basically.
Top-down twin stick
Okay.
shooter. So I got it, and as soon as I got it, before I get to start it, all the things come up which say publisher, developer, and
Oh no,
Radalaika showed up.
Radalaika. Oh no,
I didn't. I mean, it's on us at this point that we can't even look at that page to see that's there.
Oh my God, they got you. They got you.
They got me again.
Okay, so do tell. Was this a good one? Did you break the cycle, or did they actually get you again?
So they broke the cycle enough that I had fun with it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, and I think that the bar was super low from, again, foreshadowing
Yes,
the
if
day
we're-
before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the foreshadowing is that,
I thought you were going to say the bar is low because of Radalaika, because we've gotten burned by them. But
Oh.
even one moment of fun from them is like a big upswing for them.
That's true. There's two low bars then. One,
low bar.
it's the day before, and then two, Radalaika in general. But it is what it says it is. It's almost like I'm foreshadowing hardcore right now. The day before isn't what it says it is. There you go.
Okay.
So Zomborg was like, it's a twin stick shooter where you shoot zombies and you do like two things. And I go, yep, that's what I want.
Check.
And check. And then when I did it, it worked. And also, unlike other games, fucking the day before in other games, you run out of ammo, In Zomborg, endless ammo. Just
Okay.
have fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, it was such a palate cleanser. Probably should have switched the direction of when the order of when I talked about these games. But you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're doing something that's this massively open world game, whatever, and then you just want like the simplest version of that, like Vampire Survivors earlier. That's what this is. It's no smoke, no mirrors. It's got unlimited ammo. You do have to reload. There's different guns you can do in the loadout. You can buy new guns.
Are there like special powers or any hook
No.
to it? I mean, I like
No.
a good nothing, just straight
This
up
is
just
the
shooter.
straightest,
Straightest
bare
uppest
bones
shooter. Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, why wouldn't it be? Because Radalaika, it's going to be the most basic version of a game, and sometimes that's not bad, So like, this is the first time where I go, yeah, I'm happy with this purchase. By the way, it's $5.
Okay. You can't get too mad at it
I
for
can't
$5.
get mad at $5. I spent that on my mocha this morning.
Yeah. So it works. It works. It functions.
works.
You had fun. You shoot zombies in a top-down thing, and that's
Yeah,
what you got for $5. That sounds okay.
Yeah, in the beginning, I was like, you have like two things each level, which is one, I had to burn these bodies because they had like, disease on them that could spread the zombie virus. Then I had to find some secret documents. I did. And it's essentially an extraction shooter, which is funny. Foreshadowing again, because you go to you beat it and then you leave the level.
Right.
And so the next one is robots. Like I just got to the robot level. So there's going to be robots somewhere and also zombies.
Gotcha.
So that's the Zomborg thing. But yeah, it's just so super fun and relaxing and $5. Radalaika, fine. You know what I mean?
Okay. Pass. You made it
Pass.
this time. All right. Okay, Zomborg. It's funny because I did look at that one and I'm like, no, that looks too simple. And I passed it up and I kept going. So I'm glad you had fun with it, though.
I did.
All right. Let me talk for a minute about a Highland Song coming from Inkle, who is a very talented indie studio responsible for many beloved indie hits, all of which I cannot think of right now, but I know that
can't
they
either.
exist. I know that they exist. There was one about language. There was one about you're on a cruise ship. There was one about you're crossing the world in 40 days. I know what these games are, but I don't remember their names. But
I'll
anyway,
look it up.
regardless, this one was shown in the most recent Nintendo Indie Showcase, and it was a real attention grabber. Basically, a Highland Song. It's a 2D game with some really great art. I don't know. It's not exactly hand-drawn, but it's just very, very nice. You play a girl who's in Scotland, which is where the Highlands are, and you are basically trying to start from point A and make your way to a lighthouse, which is on the coast, I guess. And so when you see the trailer, you're like, oh, the Scottish music kicks in, which I love. I love like Irish and Scottish music. And I realize those two things are not the same. Don't anybody send me some angry emails from that part of Europe. But I love that kind of sound. So
Celtic?
yeah, kind of Celtic. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. The music, I mean, no, spoiler, music in this game is amazing. Like, if you like Celtic music, this music is great. So that's great. But you're supposed to go from point A to the beach, and then that's the game, right? And along the way, I don't know, you learn, grow, and live life or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, looks great to me. The developer and publisher sent me a code. Thank you very much for that. And I start this game out, and spoiler, I just don't know what to even do with it. I don't even understand it, I don't think. The game does not have much of a tutorial, which again is kind of a bone to pick with me. Like, I feel like you got to just really start your game off clearly. There's a few things that they explain, but like, the thing I'm missing, I think, more than anything is just I don't understand what kind of experience this game wants to be, because you run off from your house, go into the beach, and then it's 2D platformer. It's not even a platformer. It's just like a 2D like kind of walking game. You're walking up hills, you're walking down hills. You'll get to an edge, and sometimes you have to hold a button to climb down the edge. You have stamina and you have life, which is weird to me that those are included, because it seems like very kind of like a story-based or kind of experience-based thing. But it's also kind of like management, where you're managing your health and resources in order to get further. It feels like it's kind of caught in the middle between two different genres, right?
Yeah.
And so that part's okay-ish. But then as I start walking through, I notice like I don't even know where I'm going or exactly what I'm trying to do. And I'm just walking to the right. And then all of a sudden it's like a dead end. I'm like, oh, I got to go back. And like the visual fidelity of this game is nice to look at. But when you realize what it wants you to do, there's like multiple layers, even though it's a 2D game. So sometimes you're going into the background. And I don't think it's super clear where those places are. And so sometimes you're like, oh, I missed something, I got to go back. And I believe it's also procedurally generated. I don't think these are like handcrafted levels. And so sometimes I'll be like, oh, I'm stuck and I got to go back. And wait, I go up this mountain and then there's like no way off the mountain, or maybe no way that I can see anyway. And I'm like, oh, I'm stuck and I got to go back. And this is not really fun. Like, I don't know quite what I'm doing. And then every once in a while, you'll get to a section where like a deer or something will come out and you'll chase it. And that section goes into like a rhythm-based speed kind of jumping mini game, which I think is actually the best part of the game. Like, the music kicks in really loud, and then you jump to the beat. I'm like, okay, cool, I get it. You're like da 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 da, like jump. Okay, this is great. Like, I got some energy going, some motion going. That was really fun. But then the deer runs away, and you're back to the whole, where am I going? I'm not sure what I'm doing. And there's a big part of the game too where they have you look at these maps. They're like a map written on a piece of notebook paper by the girl, and it's like a scribble, and she's like, oh, I got to find this place. And then the game wants you to find it. And I struggle with those places. Like, I guess some of them are more clear than others, but she's like, look for the 2 trees. And then you go to this map screen and I'm like, I don't know where that is. I can't find it. I don't know. And I'm just looking. And she's like, should I go here? Should I go there? And you're kind of just looking at random spots on the map. And I'm like, this doesn't look right. How do I even, where am I going? Like, I don't understand what's happening. You know, like it feels like there's a lot of, like, okay, so that.
I was going to say, I know that pain, and it's going to come up in a game I'm talking about this episode.
Okay.
Where you don't know what to do is one of the worst feelings, because you're enjoying the world and the stuff, and you can't do anything.
Exactly. So all that stuff I just said, which is really scattered and haphazard. And the final thing is like, there are these little dots that you'll come across that are just like little story bits. And sometimes they're like pretty long, where like, she'll be like, oh, there's a Spam can over there. And, oh, I don't need Spam. Or maybe I do. And then she'll like pick it up, and it's just like you get these random items, and maybe they have a use, maybe they don't. Maybe they mean something, maybe they don't. And sometimes she'll be like, oh, I should sleep under this tree. And then she'll be like, my uncle used to tell me about this tree. And it's just weird. Like, none of the pieces seem to fit together. Like, sometimes you get these story things where you're hearing about her life, but I'm like, but I wanted to do the right-ending jumping, and I don't want to hear about your life right now. And then sometimes it's like, oh, I'd like to hear more about that, but I'm lost in the woods and I don't know where to go. And sometimes you're like, I just want to get there, but I got to run and jump now. And it's just, none of these pieces fit together for me, and I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. And maybe that's the point of it, because as a girl who wants to make her way to the beach in the Highlands, maybe you're supposed to feel lost. Maybe you're supposed to feel like you're thinking about your life or whatever, but I don't know if that's right. Maybe I'm just like making an excuse for the game because I don't think it holds together very well, and I don't really understand what I'm doing here or what the hook is, basically. It feels like 5 different parts put into a bucket and then hand me the bucket. And I'm like, well, some of this is good, and I like some of this, and the music's good and it looks cute, but like, it's just not a coherent whole to me. And I'm struggling to find the through line on it.
Yeah, that's tricky.
Yeah. So I ended up bouncing. I didn't finish the game. I was talking to John over at Gaming in the Wild. He was playing it as well, and he was like, I just put in multiple 2-hour runs and I didn't finish the game. And I'm like, oh shit, you wasted 2 hours on this like a couple times and didn't get to the end. Did you get progression? He's like, yeah, there's no progression. And I'm like, oh God, like what? No.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, man. My brain tells me I should like it, but my hands are telling me I don't like it. So I guess I'm at a crossroads myself. So,
Well, again, I think it's like, and I say again so many times when we haven't referenced anything yet, but I guess I'm referencing it in my mind, which is if something doesn't hook you, it's okay to bail.
yeah.
And that's the same thing with shows. Like recently, I've just been, diving into a bunch of new series and shows. And if that pilot or first episode doesn't get me in some way, I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah.
So it just happens.
Yeah, I mean that's very true. I got to say the first hour I spent with this game was pretty miserable, and I was kind of trying to push through and find the fun, but I just failed to find the fun. So this one is just maybe not for me. So a Highland Song, that was a miss for me. All right, let's see what's up next here. Born of Bread, that is what's up next. Carlos, I've heard way too much about this one, but that's just because I'm an editor and I get an email about it like twice a week.
Do you?
Yeah, I've heard about this game so much.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the PR people are really pushing this one hard. We have somebody reviewing it at the moment, but you and I played the demo a while ago, and the full game is out now. So I guess tell us about, again, Born of Bread.
Before I do, I just wonder, like, are they just sending you like promos about it because they're excited about the game, or are you getting?
Oh yeah, it's always like, hey, Born of Bread is coming. Hey, here's a preview. Here's a video. Hey, here's the developer, what they said about this. Hey, it's coming out on this day. Hey, it's coming out on PC. Hey, early access. Hey, this other thing. Hey, check it out. Check it out. And I'm like, oh my God, like, I mean, you got to do that to get your name out there, but at some point I feel like it's a little bit too much. And for me, I hit my Born of Bread limit a while ago. So
your Born of Bread limit, which by the way, again, this is behind the scenes, behind the curtains for people. When I mention a game on the show, you might go like, ugh. And that's why, because other people are just hearing about the game now.
Oh, for sure.
You're like getting tons of emails.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking it up. Wild Art Studio, this is, I think, their first game. So it is, again, probably they talked with their publisher, they talked with the people promoting it.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, this is our first game. Holy crap. So that's
and more is better. I'm just speaking as the cranky, way too many emails game editor who gets a billion emails a day. So that is a very specific thing to me. I'm sure lots of people have never heard of this and would very much enjoy this game. So
and
lay it on us, Carlos.
Just saying that for some
for
context.
Sure. For sure.
As the trailer starts playing, when I go to the Steam page, and I'm turning the volume down. So this game is like a Paper Mario. So if you like Paper Mario, this is the short TLDR. It's a Paper Mario RPG, turn-based RPG with the same kind of style of artwork, where it's kind of that 2D on a 3D world. And that's the game. There you go. Check it out. I like the demo. It is what it is. It's really super simple. You are a interesting concoction. There's a baker, and he's in a castle, and he bakes some bread, and he accidentally bakes you, and he makes you come out. So you're not bread at all. You're a bread person.
I feel like this is like a veiled story about someone's like pregnancy or something.
Oh, I don't think it is.
We didn't bake the bread right, and then we got a baby.
We got a baby. Well, it's, and by the way, you have no clothes, but you have nothing to hide, if that makes sense. You're just
Are you saying he's got a flat
person.
spot in the crotch?
It's a flat spot.
He's got the Ken genitals.
Ooh, there's a podcast name coming. The flat spot is a good podcast title.
There you go.
Yeah, so you're a bread character, and you basically, you wear clothes. And you don't really look like bread at all, though, which is interesting. At all. You're just like this kind of person.
I thought that too.
Yeah, I thought it was like the whole game is called that, Born of Bread, and you are bread that just got born out of an oven. I wouldn't have mind looking like a loaf, even though your name is Loaf, by the way.
Yeah.
So that's the only concoction there, I guess, is that it's, you are a bread. But, you just go out the game, and the general idea, which again gets very fantasy RPG-ish, which is there used to be an empire, and all these kind of weird, like, mean people were part of this empire. They came back in time, I believe. I think that's what's happening, to where you are, and they're trying to find these stones, which again, RPGs, right? Got to find the stones.
You always got the magical stones, yeah.
Yeah, find these stones to like bring back the power and get the empire back. Right, so it's like almost like a multiverse thing. Like they're from a time where this empire existed and they are evil, And so now they want to come back and find these stones in this like peaceful town where all these people and critters live. And you, a piece of bread that's a person.
Yes.
So then you find companions, and you find your first companion in the woods, and they're in that turn-based battle with you. They have skills or skill tree for the companions, which is interesting, and basic turn-based RPG stuff. There is an inventory thing like Resident Evil, which I'm not a fan of, but the backpack has like Tetris pieces, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you put your weapons in there. I don't need that. I don't know why it's in this game. But it's super simple. It's kind of like, and this is not a derogatory statement, but it's kind of like my first RPG, right? It's
gotcha.
super ass
Yeah,
basic,
yeah.
right?
And there's a place for those, though. We definitely need, not everybody is a 20-year veteran of every RPG ever, so we certainly need those introductory experiences to get new people into video games, for sure.
Yes, and I think it literally plays both sides of that coin, because it's introductory, but it's also for me and you and anybody else who just wants to chill out. And that's why I played this game for like 5 hours, by the way.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, I really am pretty far in the game and enjoy it pretty much thoroughly. There's a couple cons I have, but in general, it is that for me. It's not introductory RPG, but it's that kind of like, I just want to chill the fuck out. I don't want to think. I know how I'll be probably pretty good at the turn-based RPG part of it. And I wanted to just have a fun, relaxing story. Now, this game is not for Brad Galloway.
No,
Because the art and the humor are just not, I don't think, your vibe.
Not my vibe. Correct.
But I do like the art enough. I think there's a couple issues with it, but I do just like they're doing comedy in it, and it's hard to do comedy, and it's subjective, but it's fun. It's like relaxing and fun, and every once in a while there's a pretty damn good joke, and they're, making fun of everything. And the thing that I don't think you know about, and I didn't know about because I played it for a very long time now, is that once you get to like the League of Heroes, there's like other heroes. Again, they're kind of like making little in jokes about everything, like what it means to be a hero.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're all NPCs, whatever. But then they're talking about you find a little guy who's going to join you, and he's called like backup or save or something. So he's your save mechanic, but he's a character.
Okay.
And he's like plugged in, and he's got his little laptop with him. And
That's
so
funny.
he live streams your battles. And so every time you do battles after that, there's a little button you can hit, like right one or something, and you can see the chat.
Oh, that's funny.
And it's all obviously random because it'd be awesome if it was based on the battle, but it's not. And it's like, go to the scam website and like, I missed it. What happened? And it's pretty inventive, man. That's kind of cool. And then, when you meet him later on, you want to save it. He's like backing up your save with the laptop.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a nice little twist. And then, like the commentary that happens in this world, it gets kind of interesting sometimes. Ooh, sorry. I just slammed my microphone. It does get that interesting that you would, swing your hands around. So it's a little more, my point is it's a little more than the sum of its parts.
Gotcha.
And I wasn't expecting that. I was like, it's just going to be like the demo and I'm going to beat some stuff up and that's it. It's quite good. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's the general feedback I'm getting is it is really good. So
yeah, I'd say the con was the thing that you mentioned earlier, which is the worst thing when someone's having a good time with your game is to get lost. So,
okay. So this is a game where you got lost. All
yeah.
right.
And now let me very clearly say that the main campaign's pretty straightforward, but there's all these little side missions that start popping up. I had to go back and see that I had a bunch of them because it doesn't do that thing where when you pick the side mission, it tells you where it is on the map.
Mm-hmm.
So I have no idea where these are. I don't.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah. This should be like the simplest, like we just said, my first RPG. Now, I can't find those. One was like, go to this area and it's by that thing. And I'm like, no. Just put a fucking X down.
Who remembers that? No one remembers that, dude.
Yeah.
You developer, you remember that because you made it and you play this game every day for 2 years, but we didn't remember that.
It's just,
put,
it
map
seems
marker.
silly.
Directional arrow, something.
So I do want to finish this. So because of that, like omittance, is that a word?
Yeah, I meant
then I'm not going to do any side mission. I decided.
Oh, that's a
you
bummer.
know? Yeah, because
no,
I
mean, I feel you. I would do
out.
the same. I would do the same. Yeah.
It sucks. Anyways, I think it's inventive and interesting, and the live streaming thing, and the idea of like they don't turn away from like this world's like technology. It's like it's mixing our present with this world. So they're talking about, internet and celebrity and top
But also,
five
there's
lists.
like a man made of dough,
And there's a bread man, and there's monsters, and there's,
gems.
yeah. And then the last con is at some point in the game, 2 times so far, and if it happens a third time, I'm going to get real mad. They made you be one of the bad guys and walk around for a while.
Oh,
I
gotcha.
hate that in games. Like, I'm the avatar. We talked about this last episode. I am inhabiting this thing, right?
Right.
It's either me or it's a version of me, or I'm kind of like, I'm also Tomb Raider or whatever, Lara Croft.
Yes.
But I don't want to be multiple people. Don't make me be the bad guy.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Fucking terrible. There was 2 segments, and I had to walk around for a while and talk to people, and I was like, no. It just seems weird. It doesn't feel like it feels out of place in this kind of game. Either way, it's like a 7 something, like 7.5. I mean, it's almost more fun than Starfield.
It already sounds more fun than Starfield.
Because it's a relaxing, enjoying time. You know what you're getting out of it. And yeah, you don't, besides the side missions, it's just like straightforward fun. I don't know. I like it.
Cool. All right. Well,
Check it out.
Check it out. That sounds like Born and Bred is definitely worth a look if you like the Mario RPG style, and or if you want something on the lighter side. So there you go.
Totally.
All right, right on. Let me talk about Chessarama. Chessarama just came to the Xbox. I'm playing it on the Xbox. Got a code from the publisher. Thank you very much.
Can I do the intro?
Oh, sure, please.
Brad, isn't Chessarama that game where you play chess? Hold on. And it's also like a battler, like you do like real time battles.
Oh man, no, wrong. I wish
Turn-based battles.
No,
Oh,
no.
I'm thinking of
better.
Archon, the game that we both love.
Which would be great. I would love
Yeah.
that. To be honest with you, I wasn't sure what Chessarama was, other than the fact, as is given away in the title, it's based on chess. The screenshots are not exactly super clear about what you're doing, but it looked like non-standard chess. It wasn't just chess. So I'm always interested to see what people do with chess. And this is maybe not my flavor, but it's definitely a solid one. What you do basically is you take chess pieces that move in the way that chess pieces move. So if you know the game of chess, might have heard of it. It's brand new. It just came out a little while ago. Knights move a certain way, queens move a certain way, bishops move a certain way. And they've taken those rules and put them into little puzzle scenarios. So in the very first world, it's a farm. And then they give you these little abstract puzzle levels where it's like every time your piece touches the ground, crops grow. And so you need to like get all the crops to grow by moving your piece around the board, but you have to follow the movement rules of chess. So you can't just like up and down each row, right? Like you've got the knight, which has the weird Y-shaped movement. And so you're trying to figure out how can I get all these covered with this wonky movement that the knight does. And they also add another layer of complexity where it's like, oh, yeah, cover these all up, but also if you can end at square E7, then you get bonus points. If you can think that far ahead to, if I do this and this, then I'm going to end up here, rather than just kind of like stumbling your way through it, right?
It's chess off the chessboard.
Kind of, yeah, kind of. That's not a bad. That's a back of the box.
That's a back of the box quote. Thank
Should
you
be
very
in
much.
PR.
All right.
So it's pretty puzzle-like. The graphics are cute. There's a couple different worlds: farm, castle, something else. So I was kind of hoping it would be a little bit more less puzzly, because my brain kind of melts down after a certain point. At one point, I think you get multiple pieces. There's different challenges and stuff, but it's all kind of in the same vein of like move with the chess pieces and figure this out kind of a thing. So if you like that kind of thing, then I think it's very good. I mean, I think it's good. There's also like regular chess in here as well if you want to just play chess, which I was not in the mood for. But I was hoping for combat. I was hoping for maybe like a little bit more of a story or something like that. But that's not what this is. It's basically just movement puzzles based on chess movement with different objectives like farm, castle. I think there's a dragon in there somewhere where you fight the dragon, that kind of a thing. But it's very, very, very logical, think ahead, consider your moves, puzzly sort of thing. And my brain after a while was like, ooh, buddy, go shoot something, because this is hurting.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It reminds me of that, what's it called? Hitman Go.
A little bit like Hitman Go, kind of that same kind of movement kind of thing. So
Yeah,
I think
puzzles.
it's great. I have really no complaints about it, other than the fact that It's just very specific, and it wasn't quite my flavor. But if you like those things, it's a good one. It's a good one.
It's not your vibe now, but it's definitely somebody's vibe.
Yeah, for sure. So that was Chessarama. There you go. Over to you, Carlos, the game that we've all been waiting to hear about.
Yes.
The Day Before. We've been talking about this, many times, and it's now out in early access, and I assume you've jumped into it. Otherwise, why would you bring it to the show?
Yep.
Let's hear about it, my friend.
Oh, my goodness. So the quick backstory, if you don't know, is that everybody was kind of freaking out about this game because the first trailers looked really cool. I talked about it on the show, which was survival, multiplayer, MMO, zombie game. And it looked like The Division, right?
The Division, but zombies.
Yeah, but zombies. And everybody kind of wants that. And by the way, again, TLDR, they still do. They still do want that. And so, I was like, I'm kind of all in. And then there was all these stories about the developers being weird and like leaving games that they made and not even, finishing them. And then all these, promises became super huge. And people were talking about them doing asset flips because the city looked the same as some other city in a game. And people just didn't know what to believe. Like the trailers actually got less and less like good. Like the graphics looked worse every time you saw a new trailer of gameplay. Yeah. And then it just looked like it wasn't the game that they were saying it was going to be. Yeah. So, newsflash, it's not. It came out and I played it immediately because I do that for the show.
Yeah, you've been waiting. You've been excited for this one for a while.
Yeah, and I didn't even care if it was like kind of bad. I was like, okay, I'll just like play a bad game for a while. And like we said earlier, I'd be in early. Maybe I'll be good at this bad game for a while. But it's so bad that it's actually bad, where like it's hard to play it.
It shot right past bad good. It just went into bad.
It went into bad, which is also good podcasting. So the problem is it's a third-person game like Division where they said that it was going to be an open-world survival MMO, right?
Yes.
That's not what this game is, and you probably heard this already. If you're
no, I don't know anything about it.
Well, I mean, okay, I was talking to the listeners. I know,
Brad. They probably know. I don't know, but they.
If you watch any YouTube video ever, they're going to say these same words I'm about to say, which is they sold us on the idea it was that type of game where you're all in this huge world and you're kind of like fighting together, and then you go back to a base or something.
Yes,
but it's actually an extraction shooter, which I am so tired of and don't want to play those kind of games, which is like you go in, shoot things. If you die, you lose everything. And if you don't die, you really quickly get to the extraction point to keep your stuff. Like that's what those kind of games are like. I don't want to play that game, and that's what this game is. So the number one reason why people are refunding it and not even playing it, yes, there's a lot of other problems, but it's not even the same game they said they were selling you.
Okay, because correct me if I'm wrong, but like they gave you the idea that like you would be able to like, get a base going, or kind of like you would, quote unquote, be in the city.
Yes,
establish a foothold, basically. Right?
Yeah. You go into a city, which again, a lot of people are saying it's an asset flip from like just the store. They just bought a city, and then prettied it up, which I think they did now. But yeah, you do that. You go back to the base where people are. But yeah, that connection, that idea of an MMO, that doesn't exist.
Like persistent stuff is not there.
Yeah, you just go in there, and if anything, it's the most unpersistent, I could do a laundry list of things that are wrong with it, but the very beginning is when you went in. It's the new game, of course. It's going to be hard to get into the game, but I paid some money for it, which is crazy. And I couldn't play for an hour or so, or maybe even two.
Just like queue lines or something?
Yeah, and they basically built servers at 32 max people. 32, It just seems like a small number.
I mean, for a whole city, that seems pretty small.
Yeah, and then when you got in there, when you finally did, which I did, that's the other biggest complaint is that there was almost no zombies, which it's a zombie game.
It's a zombie shooter.
Yeah. Like I saw like one and like maybe two here and there, and then there was hardly any people, which was good because they were just going to kill me anyhow. But like,
is there PvP in this too?
There's PvP, yeah.
Okay,
but again. I ran into no one for so long. It's like if it was so busy to get in, then when I got in, there wasn't anybody in there, or it's just really weird.
Interesting.
So there's the list is long. Like you can't do anything in this game. You run out of ammo, like I alluded to earlier, and if you run out of ammo, there's no melee. So
you can't hit people with your gun?
Yeah, you can't do anything. This doesn't feel like now. The more I describe it, it doesn't actually sound like a game because watch this. You can jump and sprint, but you can't mantle anything.
Well, then what are you jumping?
So you just jump, And
Just like you hop up?
yeah, and then sometimes you can land on something, but most of the time you can't even jump over anything.
Oh, man.
So you're like, okay, I can't even be around in the city and move well. Then when you run out of ammo, if there's a PvP or a zombie, you die, or you just run until you find something you can loot. And the looting, this is crazy. The looting takes a while. Like, it's like the number one thing you're doing in this game, and it's like you have to hit a button. I was luckily enough to be able to, I jerry-rigged it so it could work with a controller. But you just hit a button, and it takes a while to loot something. And, like, you're about to die. You have no ammo. You know what I mean? It's the worst thing to do.
Oh, yeah.
You got to make it a quick looting thing in this game that's all about looting. Also, you don't know what you can loot. Like, it doesn't make sense. Some things you can, some things you can't. And, again, the city is huge, but you can only go to a few buildings. And, it's that thing where it's like, it's an illusion because it looks massive, but it's not really.
Right.
The game's bad, okay? And so I did a couple runs. I got some extraction shooters. There's obviously bugs and stuff as well. But it just wasn't fun. The loop was boring. And even if they work on it and fix it, which I don't think they do, I think this might be...
This sounds like a cash grab to me.
Yeah, I don't think the word scam is heavy because they did have people worked on parts of it. But it just is. It's not the game that they said it was going to be. So
Did you refund it?
I refunded it, and
Nice.
I never have refunded a game ever in my life. By the way, that's a fun little fact.
Okay. I have done like once, I think,
Have
but
you?
it's definitely not something I do very often. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I literally never have. I just suffer through it, or I go, "Hey, devs, better luck next time," or something.
Yeah.
But I was like, no. Even for the lulls, because I did make content out of it. I was like, I want my money back. Like, I don't. This wasn't what you told me it was.
Complete like bait and switch.
Yeah, it really kind of was. And especially with the fact that you can't even I couldn't even have fun with the badness of it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like if it had melee and mantling, I would have just got good at being the best at the worst game. I really would have done that, but I couldn't even play it, So that was very unfun. I refunded it. They gave me the money, by the way.
Okay.
And should be the end of the story. But the fun fact is I made one good video before I left this game. And it was, weirdly enough, I'll tell you the backstory. There's one of those videos that are on my Glitch to the Ground TikTok and Imgur and YouTube, everywhere else. But I made it because it genuinely scared me. So I was walking around the hub world, and there was a workout gym, which, again, should be cool, where you could do, stamina training.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
To upgrade your character. By the way, I couldn't afford it. I couldn't even afford to do it.
You
it
couldn't
cost
afford
money.
it, but you're in a deserted city full of zombies. Who do you got to pay?
The people at Woodbury, this little hub town, and I was like, let me work on my stamina. The gym's right here,
Oh, God, got to profit, even the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, I couldn't get on the treadmill. So anyways, I'm walking around this gym, and I was startled by the mirror. You know me and mirrors in games. I'm always checking them out.
Yes.
It scared me. It scared me.
Why did it scare you?
Because there was a person not back there, and on a bench in the mirror, but it wasn't moving, and it was larger than life a little bit. And then I moved around, and it followed me, and then I realized it was a JPEG.
Oh, not an actual reflection in any way.
And it just moved around a little bit like a thing. Now, we can talk about mirrors in another tangent, some other episode. But the point is, it was not even just bad and not a mirror, but it was weird and startling. It freaked me out. I went down to the end of the room, and it was the same guy in the mirror. As another
he's
place.
always behind.
He's always
behind
there.
you, Carlos.
Yeah. So I freaked out, ran away, made that video. Currently on TikTok, 970,000 views.
Wow.
So that's mainly because everybody used my video to talk about how they didn't like the day before. Isn't that interesting?
Well, I guess you're making hay out of a bad situation, I suppose.
Yeah. I mean, thank you, day before, for my TikTok virality. And it's still going. I think it's going to hit 1 million today. And it's not even about my bid anymore, I think initially people were like, oh, that's kind of funny. But then
your clip is now about how bad this game is.
Yeah.
An example of how bad this game is.
It's an example, but it's a place for them to comment.
Right.
There's 1,000 comments or something. So anyways, check that out if you want, but don't get that game.
But don't buy the game. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. That is an avoid.
It is an avoid, and thank you very much for the TikTok.
There we go. All right. Okay, moving on. Let's see. Shadow Gambit, one of my favorite games of the year. Spoiler, definitely on my top 10 this year, for sure, if you like turn-based tactics. They put out their game. It was amazing. The studio closed. I started to cry. But they have given a couple of parting gifts to their fans. Two, not one, count them, not one, but two DLCs dropped 3 or 4 days ago, and I dipped in and checked these out. These are add-ons to the main campaign. They are story-based. They each introduce a brand new teammate and a brand new island, along with a brand new mini campaign. And in addition to all of that, there is also a brand new treasure hunting mode where all of the islands that have been in the main campaign that you've already been to and solved all the quests for, they all have treasure hidden on them now, so you can go back and fetch those treasures to get a little more gameplay out of the game. I have not dipped into the treasure hunt part yet, but I'm glad it's there. I'll check it out soon, but I did really want to check out these DLCs. I love Shadow Gambit. So good, so good.
Yeah,
And I was very surprised. I knew the DLCs were coming, but I didn't know who the characters were. One of them is brand new. His name is Zagan, and he is one of the bad guys that you fight in the game. He's kind of like this renegade bad guy, and he does not seem like a nice person at all. But he has reasons for betraying the people that you fight in that game, so he wants to join your side. The other person is Yuki, and she is from Shadow Tactics, the Me game from a couple years ago. Yeah, she's like the female ninja in yellow. She has a tunic with her, and it's like a callback to their earlier game. And I'm like, oh shit, Yuki! I haven't seen her in like a million years. Definitely a fan favorite. So she's got her own campaign. Zagan has his own campaign. And I think that they're both really, really fucking good and interesting. So let me tell you the bad part first. The bad part first is there was a few hiccups when I was downloading these DLCs. I had already finished the game a long time ago, and so it was just sitting there. I downloaded the DLC and loaded in. Zagan's content loaded no problem. That was fine. Like a thing pops up on your ship. That's basically your hub. You just go over and click it, start the story, no problem. With Yuki's start, they did a different thing where you had to chase her Tanuki around the ship, and then you had to go to this other place, and something went wrong. I couldn't get the campaign to start. Like, it was obviously a glitch. Like, it didn't kick off the way it was supposed to, and I tried to like back out of it, and then it kind of like fixed itself, but it skipped all the story. So I don't know how she got there. I don't know what she's doing there, but we went straight into here's your mission. So it works, but I was really bummed because I like Yuki a lot. I really wanted to know how she got there, what she's doing here. I'll have to look it up on YouTube or something because it just kind of hiccup past. So that was a bummer. But the game does work fine once you get past that part. So let me tell you really quickly. Yuki is great. Both the characters are really strong. And they are late game characters. If you're just coming to Shadow Tactics for the first time, you cannot access these characters until you're in like the second half of the campaign, which makes sense because you would completely steamroll every level if you had these guys too early. Yuki has a little a trap that's like a tripwire, and when somebody crosses it, they get stabbed with like a million knives, and their body turns into a piece of wood, like a ninja kind of a thing, which is good because the guards are not triggered by a piece of wood. So like if you need to get rid of a body, you don't want anybody seeing you've killed somebody. They turn into a log and they're fine. Like it's hidden.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And Yuki herself, when she stabs somebody, they also turn into a log. So like she never has to worry about hiding bodies or leaving a trail because everybody she kills instantly disappears, which in this game is like incredibly powerful. That's a very strong power. So she also has she uses her Tanuki to like lure guys over. So you can very easily lure guards who are in your way to an out of the way location or get them away from a door they're guarding, something like that. I mean, she's really strong. She's really strong overall. Very powerful. And she's fun, like good dialogue. I'm looking forward to going through her storyline. The other guy though, Zagan, he's like even more powerful. And I'm like, oh my God. It's fun because Shadow Gambit is their third game of this turn-based style. And I think all their games are masterpieces. They're all really good. You should play them all if you like turn-based tactics. But in Shadow Gambit, they really started to have fun. A lot of the characters are kind of OP in certain ways that they were not in the previous games. And I think that's just great. Like, you just can play with them. You're not constantly suffering all the time. You're not constantly agonizing over being underpowered. So it was really fun to like have these characters have like these really magical Pirates of the Caribbean style abilities that were not present in the previous games. They fucking leaned into that double hard on Zagan because he's one of the evil guys, the priesthood or the magistrate or whatever they're called in this game. Every power he has is like crazy OP. So like he can kill a guy from like a hella long far away and just kill him from nothing. Like it takes one of his health points away. He's got 5, so you can't just spam it. But for the price of 1 health point, you just kill a guy. Like it takes 5 seconds.
Wow.
That's the downside. But like whatever. Like some guy's up on a ledge. He's around a corner. He's on the other side of a wall. Fuck it, kill him. Dead.
In
It's
tactics
easy.
game, that's huge.
It's huge. The other thing that's even huger than that is he's got this magic staff. So you always got to like watch out. You don't want to be in somebody's view cone. If they spot you, alarm, the guards come running and all this stuff. His power is he cancels out anytime somebody sees him. You can just run up to a guy. It doesn't fucking matter. As long as you've let his cooldown refresh, and it's like a 10-second cooldown, which is nothing in this game. Walk straight up to a guard, right in his fucking face. Walk right up to him. He like sees you. He goes, oh, freezes because he's so scared. You just choke him out. He's dead. Nothing. You don't even worry about like stealth anymore. It's so broken and OP. Like it's awesome. It's really fun because you're finally getting to be like Superman in this game where you have all these conditions and all these restrictions and you're trying to be careful and quiet and stealthy. And this guy's like, fuck it.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm gonna kill that guy. I'm gonna walk right through this fucking this death zone. I don't care. No one can stop me. And when you grab a guy and kill him, it refreshes your life. So you can keep on killing more people as long as you eventually grab somebody with your hand to recharge your energy. So he's a fucking unstoppable steamroller, dude. Like I'm just like, this guy is so broken ass OP. It's fun. It's really fun. I think it's a really great character. I'm having a great time with it. And I think it's just fucking amazing to take all the rules of the games you've learned up to this point. And for me, I beat the game. So I've worked within those restrictions. And now it's just like, fuck it. Have fun. Who cares? Blow the doors off it. Hoot and holler, whatever. It's fucking wild and crazy. I think it's a great move and really, really good time.
That's what you want from like late game DLC.
Oh, you do? Yeah, you do, dude. Yeah. I don't want more challenge. I want fun. And this guy, both these guys, I mean, Yuki's already crazy fun, but like Zagan is even more fun. And I'm really looking forward to his story. He's a complete creeper, real shivers down your spine kind of a guy. You know he's got something bad in store with his storyline, so I can't wait to see where that goes. But just in terms of mechanics, super fun. This is exactly the kind of stuff I want to see for post-game, late-game content. I'm really glad that Me Studios is going out on a bang. I think this is the best goodbye they could have ever given their fans. So this is just great stuff. If you like Shadow Gambit, check this out. Absolutely, 100% for sure. If you've never checked out Shadow Gambit, this is the best time to check it out. 6 months later, like I always say. It's great. It's a total recommend, total thumbs up.
Cool. Check it out.
Definitely check that out. Okay. Carlos, Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. Now, before you launch into this really quickly, this game is really funny because it's based on a huge IP, not one that I care about, but Avatar I think holds records for like box office, earnings, and James Cameron has said he's going to make like 9 more of these movies or whatever. Mm-hmm. Cool. Not my jam, but whatever. But this is really funny because this game, I don't want to say it's stealth launched because we all knew it was coming, but like nobody really knew when it was coming. And PR was like dead silent. I'm like Born and Bred, how they wouldn't stop talking about it. This is the opposite. I couldn't get anybody to talk about this game. I emailed Ubisoft PR, who we've got a great relationship. They're really great over there. Love them. And I was like, hey, what's up? Can we play this game? Can we get a code? How's it going? Where's the game coming? How's it coming? Crickets. And that to me is a very bad sign. And I think everybody was getting pretty nervous about it. So we did eventually get codes. In fact, you got this code, didn't you? From
I got a code.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for that. But I got to say, it did not instill me with confidence to see so little PR and to not really even know when the game was coming out. And then the game kind of like launched and nobody really knew about it. And then all of a sudden here it is. And then here we are. So I am hesitantly curious to hear what you have to say about this.
Yeah, and for reference or whatever, I don't care for the movies. I saw the original movie in the theater. I think the main reason I liked it at the time was because it was 3D and it was built for 3D, right? So did you not see it in 3D, or did you?
I have not seen either movie because I don't care.
Okay, well, it was...
But it was 3D, yeah.
It was 3D. It was a special kind of 3D. It was a little different. Like I felt... like they built it for that, and at the time, they totally did. Yeah, at the time, it just felt like revolutionary in that way. So while I enjoyed the movie, it was more that I enjoyed the experience, and that's why whatever. And then after that, don't care ever again, right? But the property or the new movies or whatever, and there's a new movie out now, I guess, and I haven't watched it. But why I was interested in this game is some of the people. I don't know if it's some of the people who worked on it, but it's Ubisoft, so it makes sense if it was. Far Cry Primal, which I just talked about, it gave me vibes of that when I would watch the footage of it, which is, be in the woods, be someone that's more native to the land, hunt, and kind of use your bow and arrow. And I was like, okay, I like those kind of games, and I like when Ubisoft does them. I like Far Cry Primal. So we could look it up, but we're not going to do any homework if it's some of the same people. I know it's Massive, right? Massive Entertainment.
That sounds correct to me. I think so. Yes.
Anywho, so I was kind of moved for that. That's why I went to it, right? That's why I asked you for the code. I was like, I could really use another game like that because I like Far Cry Primal, but similar to Bloodborne, the graphics kind of get in my eyes a little. You know what I mean? Like they're so old school that they're trying to be crisp, but they're like busy.
Okay.
To me, that's what it feels like nowadays, where I see old graphics that try to be really detailed, but the resolution still's just not there.
It just doesn't quite work.
It doesn't work. So with Primal, I've been getting that a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
I'm like, So, Avatar is the newest. I don't know if that's Unreal 5 or whatever. Oh, no, they're using Skydrop engine, I believe. Or Snowdrop. Yeah, which, again, it's beautiful. So first and foremost, first-person game, you play as hold on.
Oh, wait, this is a first-person game?
Yeah.
Oh, there's no third-person option?
No.
Oh, that's crazy. Okay, I'm out. I
It
was
isn't
already out. But I'm
crazy.
double
That's
out.
exactly what it's billed as. But,
well, whatever.
Far Cry Primal didn't have a third person, by the way.
No, very true. But I expect that from Far Cry. But like, I figured with this game being, like everybody, the Na'vi and the blue, the graphic, I just seemed like there would be many opportunities to see scenic stuff if you could see your character. Whatever, that's fine.
Okay, you can see your character in that, like, as you put like clothing and different armor. And
Sure. Right.
And you play as a Na'vi. I want to pronunciate it correctly.
Oh, is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, Na'vi.
Okay.
And you're Na'vi, and the all the dialect in it. It's it's so faithful to this world. And the main takeaway though is, you play this Na'vi who got captured early on in childhood, and it's a super sad beginning, and you're like immediately on board with like defending these people of Pandora.
Mm-hmm.
And the humans are bad immediately, and they're like, just like the movies.
Oh yeah, that just goes without saying.
Doing the worst, yeah. So you've grown up, and now you were in cryostasis like every video game, I swear. You come out, and you're older, and you like now trying to like help the revolution, fight the humans. The good news is, for humans at least, some of the humans are on their side. So like it's not just all the Na'vi versus humans. It's like they're working together with the good ones, right?
Sure.
People who want to care, and so there's a base, and you were talking with them. And the most interesting thing is that in the tutorial, as well as in the main, when you get to the main hub, is the humans you're working with are tiny because you're like 10 foot tall.
Yeah. I remember that. They're extra large or something like that.
And so it really does a very good job of two things. One, that sense of size, because when you walk through doors, you have to crouch sometimes, and you're looking down at humans. And when you've killed them, spoiler, when you're fighting other bad humans, you can like punch them and they go flying. And it really does feel like you're a Na'vi. You're one of these creatures, alien, from Pandora. Mm-hmm. So that's cool. And then when you run and jump, it's got all the basic first person stuff, run, jump, slide, or whatever, but you feel like you're light on your feet. You feel like you can just kind of traverse quickly. And that feels different than like a barbarian in Far Cry Primal, who's like, dun, 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 and he slides like 2 inches,
Right.
This one, you're nimble. I jumped off the top of a tree and didn't hurt myself. I think they really need to be commended.
Commended, yeah.
For their not just making it just straight up first person shooter with all the basic things. It feels like you are this creature and this other life form.
Different movement, different physics.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fucking awesome. And then just the sense of size and scope when you're in places with humans. It's just funny to me. The second thing is, and this is an abridged review, I might come back to it because I'm definitely going to beat this game. I enjoy it, spoiler, a lot. And but at some point you pick up guns. Like you fucking find guns. I found my first shotgun and I was like,
is it a human gun and it's teeny tiny size?
No. Oh, that's interesting. I don't think it's
That would be funny if you had
small.
very, very small guns and you had to use them with like your fingertips or something.
It should have been, by the way.
Oh, missed opportunity.
It is a missed opportunity because I just said they did everything else right with the size. Yeah. No, I think it's just a gun for you. Maybe they built him for the Na'vi. I don't remember.
Well, you got to find out if there must be a reason. Otherwise, that doesn't make sense because those Na'vi, they just use like spears and bows and arrows and stuff.
Yeah,
they wouldn't have guns.
Yeah,
right,
and you have that, by the way. Basically, there's all the the two different worlds where you can have like both things. You can have all the different upgrades that are like loincloths and spears and bow and arrows and stuff, and explosive, bow
Can
and
you
arrows.
upgrade your loincloth? I would like to know that.
You can. I just did.
Oh,
I have a
nice.
very rare, valuable loincloth which is also a good podcast title. Yeah, so you do that. You upgrade yourself. They're all the same things, like skill trees, upgrading yourself, upgrading crafting. They do make you eat, which I'm not a fan of. Having a
Like
food
have a hunger
meter.
meter?
Yeah. And you do, it's kind of interesting, like Zelda or something, where you make your own ingredients, and all those RPGs where you cook for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that thing, which is kind of interesting, but I don't want to have to eat.
Yeah.
I think you get hurt or whatever if you are low food, but I haven't felt it that badly. And then what I was going to say about the guns, though, is that once you start picking up guns, even though you're not V, you're like, yeah, I just want to use guns now. Because I fucking got a rifle, and I was like, yeah, I'm just going to shoot people.
I mean, just like real life, once you get a rifle, you don't really want to go back to bow and arrow. So
No, I did do both because I do love the bow and arrow, and I think it's really done really well in this game. Because, again, there's explosive arrows.
But
and
if you
stuff.
were like fighting for your life, if you were surviving or something, and you had a choice, I mean, you'd pick up the rifle. You would.
I use the rifle a lot, is why I'm saying it,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so I have a shotgun, I have a rifle, I have another kind of gun. I was fighting mechs at some point. I was about to make a TikTok of it, me just like, I'm in Avatar, I'm a not V, but I'm like just shooting guns and mechs. So it kind of loses its sense there a little bit when it gives you tons of guns. But then again, you meet another like race of, not V, I guess, and they are like against all that stuff, right? And so they're like, no, you need to like be true to your heritage and do this thing and wear these kind of things. So I don't know. I think the story's cool. I have only one big con, but in general, I really like the game a lot. It's like an 8 territory for me, like just really well done. And like,
So just to be
beautiful.
clear, just for my own mental clarity here.
Yeah.
So this is basically, just to sum up, there's not any like online portions enabled with this. It's just like
No.
a single player, open world, quest based.
Yep.
Kind of like a Far Cry, but with the not V people.
Yep.
Because for some reason, I think I was just confused. I think I thought they were incorporating some MMO elements, but there's no MMO elements here.
No.
Okay.
This is your Far Cry game with Avatar.
Okay, gotcha.
But again, it's definitely more than that because that's selling it short. The world is amazing. It feels like a No Man's Sky world, right? Like you're jumping into a world where you have no
Do
idea
you
what
fly
these
around on
plants are.
animals and stuff? Are there
The thing.
mounts?
I'm not there yet.
Okay.
But you can get mounts and you can fly on things later.
Okay.
And that's exciting because, again, the world's beautiful and it's fun to like traverse it. And I'm kind of slow in the fact that I can't, I climb up in trees and stuff. But yeah, it just feels like Alien. It feels like a fun to be in this alien world and all these different things. And you're doing that scanning thing a little bit, finding out what things are. By the way, some of the plants can hurt you. So they're like straight up bad plants. And there's monsters and things you hunt. If you shoot things with guns, if you shoot animals with guns, it goes, oh, you spoiled that meat. You can't eat that. Which makes sense. It calls it ruined meat. Like you can't.
Just because it got hit with a bullet? I mean, that's weird.
I shot it with a lot of bullets.
I mean, if you turn it into like paste, then yeah, maybe you can't eat it. But like one shot, you should still be able to eat it.
Now, isn't that true? Like, I mean, in general, most of these, big animals don't take one shot, by the way. They have armor and stuff. So yeah, if you shoot anything in the real world, like a ton of times, you're not going to eat that meat.
Sure.
So I think that's actually kind of cool. Like it was called like clean kill or something, when you use bow and arrow.
Gotcha.
And then it was like, I did that. So you can do both. You basically can have crazy gunfights and then you can do like simple hunting and being quiet and being stealthy. I think the game's very good. I have 2 cons actually. One is I got lost too. So some of the side missions I didn't know what to do.
Don't have map markers?
I know, an Ubisoft game, they show a general area, but I still got lost.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
And then there was a detective kind of portion to one of the missions, and I didn't know what they wanted me to do. So I had to look it up online. So a couple times I got like confused, and I was like, this feels like Ubisoft should just be like, just go do this,
Right.
That was weird. Very small, but that happened, and I'm just afraid it's going to happen again. And the number one thing is my biggest tangent that's in this game that I don't think it needs to be in this game at all. And I just want to ask all developers to get out of every game for the rest of time.
Oh God, what?
Can you guess what it might be? It's a game type of thing, a gameplay thing.
I mean, is it like the escort mission?
No,
Is
I
it
hate
fishing?
those two. No.
Is it resource gathering and crafting?
No. It's something to do with enemies.
It's what?
It's something to do with enemies. Bad guys.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Reinforcements.
Oh, reinforcements.
Get them
sure.
the fuck out of video games immediately, okay? Just if there's people around that I've got to fight, show me them. And when I've fought in them, not a word, they go away and there's none to return. I don't want alarms. I don't want reinforcements. And unfortunately, one of the very first firefights you get into, where I'm feeling good about myself, I'm feeling strong, I beat everybody, they go, reinforcements. And it was almost like a timed bullshit, like hold them off until such a time. Like they just kept coming,
Yeah.
I mean, that really ruined the experience for me.
That's not going to go away because it's I think it's too clutch for a lot of scenarios and developers. But I do think you can make it more palatable. Like, I mean, for me, I do not like when reinforcements appear out of fucking thin air, right? Like, it's got to be like reinforcements are on the way. Like, for example, in Lamplighters League, there are reinforcements, but like they have to be called and they don't show up right away. Like, it takes 2 or 3 turns because they're en route or whatever. So okay, well, shit's going to go down in like 3 turns. I can get out of here. I can do something. When people just like appear out of nowhere, that really gets my back up because they weren't there a second ago. And just because you blow a whistle doesn't mean people poof in. So if they make it more realistic, I think it sucks. But like, I can get why they do it. It's a good scenario, but you got to you can't just abuse it,
I don't know. So
I
agree and disagree with you.
All right.
I know that it's not good when they poof in either, but I also don't want to ever because you can just do the game a different way. You can build in more enemies in the beginning. If I go into an actual place and I had to fight a bunch of people, they would all be there. And if they, like you said, if for some reason there was an option where they could call other people to come fight, which again sounds unrealistic in any TV show, movie, or real life experience, it would take a long time for them to get there. Like they weren't there. They didn't know. Cops to show up somewhere. Don't get me started on that. Right?
Yeah. That takes like a day.
Right. So I think that it's just bullshit. I think it's a gamey thing from the olden days where you go, it's just waves and waves of enemies. So it's not a lot, but it's showed up a couple times in firefights. And I was like, man, that just really ruins it because now I'm dying or like now I'm getting hurt because I get myself ready for this mission with like a whole bunch of people, but not that have to be like a time limit,
Right.
So that's the only con, and it doesn't stand in the way of like, 8 territory if I'm doing scoring. Like it just feels really fucking good, well made, and a surprise to me. It's one of my biggest surprises of the year.
I'm also surprised because based on Ubisoft's behavior, I would have expected this game to be a dog's dinner, but it sounds like pretty decent. I'm confused as to why they didn't put more into it. I mean, were they just riding the fact that people know Avatar and they were counting on saving that PR budget because people were going to buy it regardless? Or it's not a show of strength to do what they did. So I guess I was expecting it to be a disaster, but it sounds like you're having an okay time.
I know that seems like it's a tangent for another show of like, how much you promote things and how much you don't based on the game's quality. But you're right in the fact that it's the opposite bait and switch from the day before where you go, well, why don't you talk about this more? Because this is really good. I don't know why they didn't, but it's not that thing where you go, oh, that's why they didn't talk about it because it's bad. No, it's not. It's really good.
Interesting. All right, cool. All right, excellent. That is Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. One more quick mention of a game, and then we'll get to the wrap-up section here. We're almost out of time. Quick time check. Just want to give another mention to Talos Principle II. I know I talked about it last episode, and I was really excited about it. Still excited about it. It's still good. It's still great. I struggle with this one because I can tell already that it's kind of a long game. And so that makes it kind of tough to play in Q4 when I have literally like 17 other games I need to get to before December 31st. So I'm still playing like one big chunk a day. Like I'll do a couple chunks of puzzles. But this is the game that continues. I don't think it's too much of a spoiler to say this one is set 1,000 years after the first Talos Principle. Really strong, hard sci-fi story, which I think is really well told. I love the characters. I love the setting. I don't even know how much to even say about it because I feel like so much of it is spoilers and so much of the fun is just kind of like discovering what's going on. I can safely say it's still got puzzles, but there's also so much more in this game that was not in the first game. The presentation is totally different. The angle is totally different. Story content is totally different. It just is. It's a really, really well done continuation of what they established in the first Talos Principle, and I think it's great. I think it's wonderful. I think it's basically flawless from what I've seen so far. But I'm early days, right? I'm only like maybe. I mean, I'm kind of looking at my progress, like we mentioned in the last episode. I think I'm like 9 hours in, and I'm like at 15%. So I don't know how much of that is really
that
left,
thing,
and how much
yes.
is not left. It's kind of hard to tell.
I know.
But I will also say that I'm trying to go through it a little bit faster. I can beat about maybe like 80% of the puzzles like on my own if I take a few minutes and kind of work it through. But those last 20%, dude, those are like brain busters. And even though I know how this game works after playing the first Talos Principle, even when I know what I'm supposed to do, I'm still sometimes like, oh my God, this is really challenging and I need to up my logic. So like you definitely need to have your puzzle skills on point. I have had to go to YouTube a few times to be like, I just don't even know how to get past this part. And of course, it always seems so obvious in hindsight. Like, why didn't I think of that? So obvious. That's dumb. I'm dumb. But when you're in the middle of it, it's sometimes hard to see. So I have been dipping into some help because I don't want to spend an hour or 2 hours on a puzzle because that's just waste too much time. But I will say, wonderful game. One of the best experiences I've had this year. I think it's an amazing sequel. And maybe I'll let a little bit more time go by before I start talking about like nuts and bolts of it. Maybe when I finish the game, I'll come back and say, possible spoiler section or something, but I feel like no one's playing it, no one's talking about it, and I feel like this game deserves way more attention than it's been getting, so I just wanted to give it one more shout out. So
Cool.
Talos Principle 2, absolute recommend, especially double, triple recommend if you played and finished the first Talos Principle, you gotta play this one. Like you have to.
I told friends about it after you told me that who like puzzle games.
Oh man.
I would only play it if I brought up YouTube at the same time and just, looked at the puzzles because I don't want to do that.
It feels great when you get it done yourself, and then it feels terrible when you don't, but either way,
I'll feel terrible that whole game then.
Wonderful game. Definitely recommend. Definitely a thumbs up. Okay, that is the end of the games we're covering on the show. We just got a few minutes left. We got like 3-4 minutes left. We're gonna buzz through.
We can do it.
The wrapping up really quickly. I'm only gonna mention one thing before we wrap up. Carlos, you got something non-games to mention? You got like one thing?
Both of us saw this movie. It's out on Netflix now. Love and Monsters. It's very good.
Oh yeah.
So check that out. And also Leave the World Behind. It's on Netflix. It's fucking dark. It's from some of the people who made Mr. Robot. But it's also really good. And
TV or movie?
Movie on Netflix. It's also kind of important because it talks about like, a dark future that could happen kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And it's a mystery and you don't know what's happening to the whole time, till almost the very end. And it's chilling and you have to watch it with a loved one or something. And then I cuddle after. I didn't have that, but I recommend it because it's like makes you feel scared a little bit. Okay. But I think that's good sometimes, right?
And what is this about? Did you say?
No, I'm not saying anything about.
You're not saying.
I'm not going to, but it is kind of about America. Okay, so I'll throw that in there, and hacking a little bit, and kind of like.
Is this like horror or is it like reality?
It's like a dark, kind of like a mystery horror. Like not monsters, but like what could happen with humanity. Kind of thing.
Got you. Like a what if scenario.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, anyways, I think it's like excellent, but it's also like weird and dark.
Gotcha.
That's it. That's all I got.
Okay. Shout out to Doom Patrol Season 4. Did I talk about this already? Did I not? I can't remember if I did.
You've talked about Doom Patrol on this podcast 8,000 times.
Sure.
But no, I don't remember Season 4.
Oh, okay. So apparently Doom Patrol is out. It's on HBO. I don't know if it's anywhere else. I love Doom Patrol. I've talked about it a million times. I think it's like one of the best shows on TV. Love the characters, love scenarios. Apparently this is the final season because of that like merger with like Warner Brothers or whatever, and they started canceling shows left and right. This is one of the ones that got canceled, which is a crime. Although I will say every season has been a gift, and I honestly didn't expect it to continue past season 1 because it's so out there and strange and bizarre. So I can't really be too mad about it. But season 4 is definitely a thumbs up. Check that out if you are so inclined. Also, I just saw Weird, the Al Yankovic story. I'm sure you've seen this, Carlos.
I almost did, and then I noped out of that fucker.
Oh my God. What? Why did you not watch this?
We're going to have a debate before this show's over now, real quick. You tell me why you liked it, and then I'll tell you why I didn't.
That movie was fucking genius, dude. It was
it was something.
So fucking funny. It was so funny. It's about Weird Al Yankovic, and it's not even remotely real. Like, it is like, I mean, there's like little bits and pieces that are real, like his friends in college were real. And like when he met this Dr. Demento, like that was real. But like a lot of this movie is just like straight up, just like obvious fiction. It's like way over the top. 11 out of 10 for like ridiculousness and outrageousness. And I mean, he and Madonna like take over a drug cartel, and like he like dies on the table in the operating room, and there's all sorts of like just random shit. It's really funny, really hilarious. You just have to know that it's not his life story. It's just kind of a very fictionalized, hilarious movie. Daniel Radcliffe does an amazing job. He's an amazing actor.
He's great, and I like his. By the way, we didn't even talk about his new the new season of the show that we love.
Oh God, I didn't finish it. It's
a post-apocalyptic version of that anthology series we like, which we can't.
What is
it
even called?
We don't know.
I can't remember.
Every
but I love it.
episode that we bring it up, we don't know the name of it.
I know.
Miracle Workers. That's
Miracle Workers, season 4.
Maybe it's good. It's like really good.
I got to go back to it.
He's great. Okay.
Yes.
On paper, that idea, though, I just want to tell you, is cool. Yes. And yes, I think it's well produced or whatever, but I'm so out. I was out in 30 minutes because I want...
Did you start watching and quit?
Yeah. 100%.
Oh, okay. Well, what happened?
I'm telling you that I want the story. Like, I like Weird Al.
Yeah.
I like Dr. Demento. I grew up in that era. Actually, this definitely dates me. I would listen to the radio and watch and listen to his show and Monty Python and all this kind of weird dark humor where Weird Al was like brought up on and all that stuff. I want that fucking story. I don't want a fake story. And so the minute I knew that it was fake, I was out because I could just watch any other show about craziness that happens.
That's your loss. That is a bad choice.
No,
it isn't. A bad choice.
We will agree to disagree on that forever because I love Weird Al and I want his actual story. And so that is, it's a very specific reason why I'm out. But also, I didn't even think it was very funny either. So.
Oh man, I thought it was fucking hilarious, dude. I thought it was really funny.
Wow.
And we looked it up afterwards to see how much was real and how much was fake. And
all of it's fake.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. The whole thing, like 98.5% of it is fake, which is fine. But when we read about Weird Al himself, he's like, oh yeah, my parents are really supportive. I had a smooth ride. I became popular and it was fine and everything was good. So I guess he doesn't feel like there's a lot to say because he just like did his thing and became big. So whatever. I mean,
I know that, but at the same time, he was in the era of Dr. Demento. He was in this early version of music videos that were parody. Like, there's so much story there. I'm like angry about it because I think it's just a fascinating moment in time, and I don't want a fake version in time.
I mean, I don't disagree with you, but I think just the movie on its own was a very entertaining, and I had a good time with it.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Anyway. All right, folks, that's a show. Before we close, we would love to ask you to leave reviews, share us on social media, and most important of all, please recommend us to your friends. That is where most of our listeners come from. Also, if you would like to help support the show and help us with the cost of running the podcast and paying for hosting, you can do that over at patreon.com/the So Video Games Podcast. Once again, you're never going to get shut out. There's no paywall, but if you want to help out, we would appreciate it. Also, you can get into our Discord for $5. Also, we would love to get your questions and comments. Hit us up, sovideogamespodcast@gmail.com, or reach us individually. Carlos, where are we sending your traffic this week?
Real quick story, even though we're out of time, is Glitch Through the Ground, obviously everywhere. Just search for Glitch Through the Ground. But I just recently, I think I mentioned it last time, I don't remember, I got my Imgur account back. I loved Imgur, and I still do. And so a lot of what I've been doing, making weird things in games, was on that account. Did I tell you the story already?
We did.
Okay, so I got it back. It's imgur.com/user. This is the long URL /glitch through the ground. But if you go there, there's way more than on my other TikTok stuff. Like it's from like years of like me making weird game stuff.
Right. And just to be clear, you're saying glitch through the ground,
right?
right?
Should I have changed the name? I can't change it.
No. I think
it's a little wordy.
I think it's fine. I think because when you're saying it really fast, it sounds like glitch to the ground.
Got it.
But you want to say glitch through the ground, just so people can find you effectively.
Yes,
right?
Glitch to the ground. I'll try to pronunciate better.
All right, excellent. As for me, I'm on Twitter, Instagram, and Blue Sky. It's my name, BradGallaway, all A's, no O's. And this is going to do it for episode 366. Once again, thank you for joining us here on the So Video Games Podcast, and we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week.